Good evening and welcome. What a great crowd tonight. It surely is a great night to be a Viking. My name is Tim Cosgrove, and I'm joined by Tom Adler. Tom and I are co-chairs of this evening's event. As you may have guessed from some of the historic photos that you've seen here tonight, this is the unofficial start of the celebration of the 50th anniversary of Cleveland State University. We hope to see you at many of the events as we celebrate them throughout the coming year. Tom and I have been proud to serve as co-chairs of this event for the past 4 years and look forward to this great night.
We are really partners now after 4 years of doing this. We get our ins and outs between the two of us. You know, we started this thing, this is the 4th year. It's really remarkable because, and I'm not going to give you exact numbers, but in the first year that we did this, I think we raised about $300,000. In the second year, it was about $500,000. In the third year, it got last year up to a little less than $800,000. And we are not going to tell you at this point what the achievement is this year, except to tell you that we've reached our goal and then we've gone some beyond that, and so stay tuned. Our wonderful supporter, corporate supporter, Parker Hannafin, is the sponsor of the evening tonight. They've been so terrific. I want to thank the Radiance Steering Committee, David Gunning. Would you raise your hands when I call your names out, please? Steve Kirk, Nancy McCann, Steve Minter, Dave Petro, Bob Rawson, who is currently out of the country, and Joe Shaffron. We appreciate all that help. This is about direct, immediate satisfaction for your dollars because they go right smack into juniors and seniors who are currently in school so that they can stay and that they can graduate. And in one of those cases, there's somebody I want to introduce. So please welcome to the stage Ms. Shannon Yarborough, a Radiance Scholar who will share her personal story. Where are you?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Shannon Yarborough. I'm so very excited and humbled to be here tonight. And I'm even more humbled that I have the opportunity to express my sincerest gratitude to all of you wonderful people. Thank you for your generous contributions to my education. I have received several Cleveland State scholarships, 2 of which have been the Radiance Scholarship. My CSU journey began 8 years ago when I returned home to Cleveland after 1 year at The Ohio State University. I started CSU as a sophomore, as a non-traditional student with 1 child. I knew that getting my education would require a tremendous amount of courage and perseverance. From day 1, CSU accepted me. My sense of belonging skyrocketed here, and this was home. I was much more than the last 4 digits of my social security number. I was welcomed and encouraged by faculty who cared about me and my success and who would go above and beyond to be accessible to students to help them succeed. The faculty here are knowledgeable, compassionate, and at times assertive when needed. and help students keep their eyes focused on the prize. My dreams flourished, and I was able to attain my goals. In 2011, I earned my bachelor's in health sciences. I've always had an interest in the arts, sciences, people, and finding ways to help others. I had planned on a career as becoming a physician assistant, although I knew it wasn't quite right for me. Then one day, Professor Glenn Goodman spoke during one of my classes. He spoke of a profession that embodied all of my interests, occupational therapy. Professor Goodman's presentation was God-sent, and I fell in love with all of the endless possibilities that occupational therapy offered. I loved every minute of my OT education. I have gotten a first-hand experience through internships at PEP, the Friendly Inn, the Cleveland Clinic, St. Vincent Charity Hospital, and many more. At CSU, I have received a wonderful undergraduate and now graduate education that has prepared me for a career. In my effort to show appreciation, I have painted and donated canvases to CSU's College of Sciences and Health Professions and the CSU YMCA Child Care Center. I have participated in the Student Occupational Therapy Association Committee as a fundraising chairman. Tomorrow, I walk the stage at the Wolstein Center once more. I hold the magnificent honor of being one of the first persons in my family to receive a master's degree. My dream is working with children in the Cleveland Public Schools, and one day to teach. Yes, none of this would not have been possible without scholarships. Scholarships helped me see the finish line when I had no resources to get there. There were many times when I came terrifyingly close to quitting school and abandoning my dreams. Paying tuition, buying books, buying gasoline, making the bare minimum repairs on my '02 Chevy. At times, things became immensely overwhelming, and my husband's salary was stretched to its limit. Scholarships saved my family from harder times. When I got the news of my radiance scholarship, I literally jumped up and down with joy, screaming and dancing. I didn't care how ridiculous I looked in the hallway that day. The timing could not have been more perfect. I had put so much hard work and effort, and the angels had done the rest for me. That day gave me hope that I could finish my degree and graduate. That scholarship motivated me to keep going, and I am so grateful for achieving my goal. Thanks to scholarships, I've been able to spend more time on my studies and internships. I've been able to spend more time with my children. My skin even looks better, I think. My husband and I are parents of 3. Layla, who is finishing up at Campus International School. We are fostering my cousin, who's already been placed on a CIS waiting list. And my 4-year-old son, Demetrius, who has been attending the CSU YMCA daycare on campus and is already excited to go to CIS next year. The school is true eye candy to all who come through the doors, inviting children of all ages to explore through growth, through hands-on learning and independent thought at one's own pace. Like CSU, CIS is a huge part of my life. And my Radiance Scholarship has enabled me to spend more time volunteering at this wonderful school. Loving CIS like I do, I am particularly happy to be here on the night that Cleveland Schools CEO Eric Gordon is here being honored. Did you hear me earlier, Mr. Gordon, when I said I wanted to work in the OT at the Cleveland Schools? In closing, I would just like to thank you again. I wish I could hug every single one of you that helped make the scholarships possible. You generous donors and my CSU education and experience have changed my life, and I look forward to the day when I, too, can give back in that same way. Thank you.
Thank you for that introduction, Shannon. Could not have been better, could not have been better. So Shannon really is about what tonight is about. And there's really nothing more gratifying to me tonight than to look around the room and see how many of you, how many Cleveland State alums, how many citizens of Cleveland, how many civic leaders have come here tonight on behalf of these students. Thank you so much for being here and attending. The transformative power of higher education, and we just heard a testament to the transformative power of higher education, will be seen tomorrow at commencement, when Shannon and approximately 2,200 additional students will walk across the stage at Wallstein Arena and receive a degree from Cleveland State University. Tonight, we are, among others, joined by the valedictorians for tomorrow's commencement, Stephanie Macy Cole, Anna Mayer, and Steve Stefanovich. Are you here? Yeah. In addition, tomorrow we will award 2 honorary degrees, one in the morning commencement and one in the afternoon. Our morning commencement recipient is Dr. Julian Earls. He needs no introduction either, right? I could just go on to the next. No, Julian Earls has been here from the day that I've come. For you, those of you who don't know Julian, for those handful of people in Cleveland who don't know Julian, before joining us here at Cleveland, Julian spent 40 years at the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, including years as the director of the Glenn Research Center in Cleveland. He has been so instrumental in promoting STEM education, particularly STEM education for minority students, and helping us transform to the degree we have Cleveland State University from a university to an educational park, bringing the Cleveland, the Campus International School, fondly referred to as CIS, and our newest partner, the high school MC Square. So it is really just an honor on the part of all of us at the university to recognize Dr. Earls, who will now be Dr. Earls' contribution tomorrow. Congratulations, Julian. So I'm going to say this slow. Dr. Toshinore Maraconte, sorry, joined the faculty, the CSU faculty in 1978. He taught in the Monteahuja School of Business for 33 years. He's the author of one of the best-selling and internationally used textbooks in his field. Just 2 years ago, in 2012, he was awarded the Japanese Foreign Ministry Commendation for his career achievements. Tomorrow, we will honor him with an honorary Doctor of Humane Letters. I'd also like to acknowledge other special guests, and really there are so many special people in the audience, but I think that we have to just take a moment to realize what an accomplishment it is to get Tom Adler and Tim Cosgrove to be chairs of a fundraising activities for 4 consecutive years. And I didn't see them blink when I said that. As a matter of fact, I thought I heard them make a reference to the future of radiance. I'd also like to recognize my predecessor here at Cleveland State University, President Michael Schwartz, and his wife, Dr. Joanne Schwartz. Michael, stand up. Members of our CSU board, Tom Adler, David Gunning, Mort Levin, the Vice Chair, Bernie Moreno, Ron Weinberg, Paul DiCarletta, Steve Kirk, Bill Jelka, the Yale alumni president, Dave Petro, the foundation president, Steve Kirk, and of course, someone who's been here at all Radiance, all graduations, my wife, Patsy Bilbao-Berkman. Of course, I thank all of the sponsors. Many of them you saw listed on the board outside, and all of you who have generously paid it forward. And that's what we are doing here tonight, really, is paying it forward. And someone who has made an enormous contribution to paying it forward, and made an enormous and often unheralded or unrecognized contribution to putting together the transformation that's needed to allow public higher education to work. Because in reality, K through 12 and higher education, whether it be community college education or senior college education, really live in the same educational biosphere. And it is our responsibility to work together to help prepare students beginning in kindergarten. And that's where it needs to begin, is in kindergarten, if not before kindergarten, to help prepare students to be able to take the challenge and to be able to stand up and make the speech that we heard Shannon make tonight. Eric believes that every child in every Cleveland neighborhood should have access to great schools. As an experienced educator, he was a teacher, assistant principal, a principal, executive director for secondary learning before joining the Cleveland Municipal School System as its chief academic officer, a post he held for 4 years. He was named CEO in 2011 and has quickly made a mark. Made a mark not only in Cleveland, but made a mark statewide, because he introduced the governor and he introduced Columbus in collaboration with Mayor Jackson to a package of reforms needed to make public education work. His vision and his leadership helped convince voters. Not an easy thing to do, as Mayor Jackson likes to say, the best tax is one that no one has to pay. His vision and leadership helped convince voters to approve a $1.5 million levy to implement the Cleveland Plan. It was the first time in 16 years that the citizens of Cleveland believed that something good was happening in the Cleveland Municipal School District. The ambitious plan is already producing significant results. Teaching time has been restored. We shortened the school day in Cleveland for lack of resources, for lack of the ability to manage the system. We had to shorten the school day in Cleveland. Teaching time has now been restored to the school day. Teachers who were laid off, only the best teachers who were laid off, were recalled. And so significantly, art, music, and physical education were restored to the curriculum for public education. We are seeing achievement tests. We are seeing achievement tests move upward, while we are seeing attendance grow, suspensions and expulsions decline. While there is more work to do, there will always be more work to do. The 44,000 students who attend the Cleveland Municipal School District schools are better by far for the leadership, commitment, energy, and devotion that Eric Gordon has brought to his job. Eric, please come up. They told him he'd never get a medal for doing this. So on behalf of Cleveland State University, and on the occasion of this, the beginning of the 50th anniversary, and on the eve of commencement, it really is, Eric, my distinct honor and privilege to recognize the amazing contribution that you are making to this city and this region. Thank you very much. Podium is yours.
Wow. I have to start off with, they told me I'd never get a medal. I looked in the program and see who gets these medals, and I thought, wow, there goes the neighborhood, huh? First of all, I wanted to acknowledge Dr. Berkman and Vice Chair Moreno, and also Chair of the CSU Foundation Board, Steve Kirk, for this opportunity. It's just an incredible moment. And I just have to reflect for just a moment on an irony. As I read the purpose of the medal, for individuals whose commitment and dedication to the university are beyond question. Because as I reflected upon the opportunity, it's really about how much the university has given to my kids and to my educators and to my families and caregivers. It's actually the partnership because of this university, because of CSU, that we have Campus International School, one of our most successful programs that is a directly integrated program on truly a university park, an educational park, as Dr. Berkman referenced it. A K through 6 school that will continue to expand K through 12 with an international baccalaureate curriculum. But more than that, every time I'm at the school, university faculty are directly engaged with my scholars and my educators and my caregivers. And then I think about the MC² STEM classrooms, the key bank classrooms that Dr. Berkman went straight to the foundations and said, we have to have this for the schools. And it's not because we want kids on the campus in a classroom away from others, but it's because it's part of an integrated experience where my kids are actively, juniors and seniors in high school, and actively engaged in classes here in the university, in the science labs, and in the entire campus experience. And so again, it's what my kids and community are actually getting for the benefit of the opportunity to work with Cleveland State. And there's just so many, many others, and I could just reflect again and again about the work that Dr. Berkman and many others have done to help really look at the Cleveland plan, look underneath it, help us know if it's working, take the opportunity to partner us with Dr. Zach at the Ed School, and all of the ways that we can reshape education through the Ed School. So I just find it a tremendous honor, but also slightly ironic, actually, for how much the Cleveland Metropolitan School District receives from the opportunity to be a part of Cleveland State University. And so I want to close by just sharing a very visible way for us to understand the true direct impact and relationship and integration of our two institutions. I want to start by just recognizing the board members of my board who are here. Denise Link, who is our board chair, Dr. Lisa Thomas, who is on the faculty at Cleveland State University, and our ex officio board member, Dr. Ronald Berkman, who is an active member as an ex officio board member. So there's a direct relationship from the board level of our two institutions. I want to take an opportunity also to recognize my educators. One of my educators, Stephanie Massey-Cole, is valedictorian of the education school. We're directly integrated. And her husband is also an educator in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. This university and my community are inextricably linked. I want to drill it just one layer down even beyond that. I have a parent here, a couple of parents here and caregivers here, but Robin Johnson is here, right here in Cleveland State, one of my most active and engaged parents and caregivers in my community. And there are others here, including Shannon Yarborough, who is not only a parent and caregiver in my community, but also a future educator in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. You didn't lose that card, did you? And then finally, and most importantly, my scholars, my students, my kids. Layla, who is at Campus International School, and Train. Is Train here? Where's Train? I hope she was in the room. Train was the young woman, the delightful young woman who escorted me here today, but not only a Cleveland State student in the Management and Labor Relations, but a Lincoln West High School Wolverine graduate of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Often people ask me, how do you do this job? It's a big job, and Dr. Berkman and many others like this, we all know the secret behind that. They also always ask about, my family and my kids. Well, I have 40,000 kids, and you can't do that without somebody who is an incredible support system. So my final thank you, as I accept this honor, on behalf of my kids and community, is to my wife, Dawn, who lets me do this every day. So I just thank everyone for the constant support. This recognition is so incredible and so powerful because actually of how much we're able to contribute to each other. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Before we go back to the party, this has been part of the party, but the unscripted part of the party, I'd like to make a few announcements. I don't know if Representative Sandra Williams is still here. Is she still here? There she is right there. So I had, coming full circle, I had the opportunity to vote for her on Tuesday in the election, and tomorrow I have the opportunity to give her MBA degree at the graduation tomorrow. As you know, raising money for scholarships is CSU's and my most important priority. And I think you see tonight the fruits of that. And I think you see tonight the incredible importance that financial aid and financial support plays for these students, whose lives are complex. 50% of our class, of the 2,200 students who will walk tomorrow, are the first in their family to receive a college degree. It's 2014 in the United States of America, and half the graduating class are the first in their family to receive a degree, and this is the institution that has enabled them to do it. So in addition to all of the sponsors who have supported Radiance, we are fortunate to have generous donors who establish endowed funds and scholarships throughout the year. Tonight, I'm actually pleased and honored to be able to recognize two of those donors. Lee and Larry Glasscock and their family foundation, who have made a $1 million contribution to fund full tuition scholarships. Including, this is going to be a big prize, room and board for students in the Monteahuja College of Business. These students, it is Larry and Lee's wish, and I think by the statistic I gave you, it won't be difficult that these scholarships go to first-generation students, and that these scholarships go to first-generation students who are on a path to complete their degree and move into the economy in 4 years. We will produce them for you, I promise. Lee and Larry, did I mention, are both graduates of Cleveland State University. That's right, Vikings give back. Even 40 years later, Vikings give back. Lee has been an active community volunteer, and Larry has enjoyed an amazingly successful career of 40-plus years in banking and health insurance, with the capstone as he retired as the CEO of WellPoint, Inc. Both have been generous supporters of CSU, with Larry serving as a past chair of the foundation board and the past president of the Alumni Association. In 2012, Larry received an honorary degree from Cleveland State University. So we are delighted that the Glasscocks have traveled here from their home in Indianapolis, and we are most grateful for this generous gift from Larry and Lee and their family. In recognition of this generosity, and it is only a small recognition of this generosity, I'm proud to announce that this ballroom, this beautiful ballroom that we are sitting in this evening, will from here forth be known as the Glasscock Family Foundation Ballroom. Larry and Lee. Larry?
President Berkman, thank you very much. Lee, why don't you stay here, honey?
I get to hold her hand now.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all very much for supporting this event this evening. This is truly an honor for our family to be able to make this donation. We're very proud of what we've accomplished in life, and frankly, CSU is what made it happen. CSU is about letting people realize their dreams. And, you know, excuse me, sometimes there are dreams that they don't even know they have yet. But it's about lifting them up and giving them an opportunity. And the reason Lee and I want these students to have both room and board is because we want them to experience the life of a college student. And for us, you know, that was getting up at dark 30 in the morning so we could get a parking place down here before 7 a.m. and then going to work afterwards. But, you know, our family, and these are members of the Family Foundation down here. We are so pleased to be able to do this. We feel so fortunate and blessed, and it's our chance to give back. So, again, thank you so much. And I can't leave without thanking Lee and also the Ahujas, who are an inspiration to so many people and who are generous beyond belief. And I've got to tell you a little story. I introduced my granddaughter to him this evening, and I said, you know, the business school is named after Mr. Ahuja, and she said at 13, well, isn't there a hospital named after him too? So, thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hold on. Harry. This is a resolution of the Board of Trustees naming it in your name. And we have a gift that'll carry down. Thank you very much. Thank you. So Tim, would you come up? So many people in the room are probably saying, hasn't he done enough, man? Is he going to call me again next year? And the answer is, the answer is that when we last year gave Don Washkowitz the award, I set spontaneously a more ambitious goal than the year before. And Don called me today. He's in Poland, was unable to be here tonight. But as many of you know, Don this year gave the university $10 million to create the Washkowitz College of Engineering. So I said, without much study, without much research, without much scholarship, that this year we will raise $1 million in scholarship support. And this year we have raised $1 million in scholarship support. Thank you so much.
Admittedly, when the president said $1 million, and I'm usually pretty aggressive about this kind of stuff, I said, whoa. But I want to say something kind of personally on behalf of both Tim and me. We started this journey 4 years ago. There was not much of a culture of giving on an annual basis to the university. And where we are now is we have a platform of about $1 million a year, every year now, I think, towards scholarships. And then, of course, we need to raise a lot of other money for so many other things like every other university in the United States does. So I am grateful. I'm sorry if we offend you for asking so often, but I am grateful, and Tim is grateful for your generosity. And to the Glasscock family, God bless you. Thank you very much.
Again, thank you as well. And I started by saying it's a great night to be a Viking. I feel so proud tonight to be a part of this institution. Thank you to all of you.
As Tim came up here, he said, I hope you're not going to go back to the microphone. But I am going to go back to the microphone, but only to say once again, thank you. Your presence here tonight is really the most important testament to how much this community cares about Cleveland State and how much Cleveland State cares about this community. Dessert is being served. Thank you so much.